Hello everybody and welcome to Great Leveler Gaming. I am the Great Leveler and today we're back with another trailer reaction. Now this trailer reaction is a couple of weeks after the trailer dropped. I've just not had time to sit down and do a reaction to it, but I'm really excited for it because it's the Quarry, which is by Supermassive Games, the team behind the Dark Pictures Anthology and Until Dawn. And if you followed the channel, you know I love those games. Now, this one isn't actually part of the Dark Pictures Anthology, it's its own standalone, although technically the Dark Pictures Anthology are all standalone, but they use the same cast. So I'm guessing this is more akin to Until Dawn. Part of me kind of hopes that we'll be seeing some of the cast from Until Dawn, but I doubt that. I really don't know anything about it other than it's by the same team and it's called The Quarry. So with that being said, let's check out the trailer first and we'll talk a little bit about it afterwards. Let's crack on. So, straight away, getting a Friday the 13th feel to it. That is not a negative.
I just want to get you guys safely out of Dodge before the sun goes down.
The graphics look really, I mean, they've always looked good, but these look like
Damn it!
Really good.
I thought I told you kids to check everything.
Look, it's not that big of a deal, okay? We'll just spend one more
Still
night
that same problem they have with the mocap, not
just
quite being...
stop. Let me think.
Just quite... The graphics look photorealistic, but the movements are a little bit
Everybody is inside
disjointed.
the lodge for tonight.
We'll
Lock
get to
the
that
doors. No one in, no one out. No one. Got it? I'll be back first thing in the morning, and we'll get you all on the road.
What if we're out partying tonight, out in the woods, and we end up in a most dangerous game situation?
Ooh.
Like when people hunt other people?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It's camp is over, and hunting season has just begun.
I did see a weird light in the treehouse across the lake. That was pretty spooky. Maybe it's your girlfriend, Brian.
The heck of heck, it's cool.
Oh wait, that looks like he's from Man of Medan.
Should we look?
This looks really good.
Bears.
And why does everyone blame everything on bears?
Do
Okay.
you got anything better? I mean, like zombies, aliens, time-hopping Draculas.
Brian?
Hey!
Run! Anything to happen, please! We ain't playing games.
Wow.
There's something coming!
2 lost, Max. Lost. 3.
Terrified kids are bad for business.
You have to cut it off! Cut it off!
What?
Anyway, maybe just ease up on the ghost stories.
Sorry.
Just stick to Kumbaya next time, okay?
What's that?
You guys don't do Kumbaya anymore?
I knew he looked familiar. I'm trying to see it. Oh, that's Henrikson, awesome.
Hello, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Wow. Okay, I knew the guy looked familiar, but I could not place it. And obviously David Arquette from Scream fame, just in case you didn't pick up on that. Wow, I'm really glad I held off on watching that. So there we have it, The Quarry. So let me first off clarify what I was trying to say during the trailer reaction that I failed to say miserably. It's always been a complaint. It's not a complaint, but it's an observation from the Dark Pictures Anthology in particular with the facial motion capture. And it was my friend who pointed out to me, and I've not been able to stop thinking about it since. I knew there was something not quite right, and it's almost like that part of the face doesn't match this part of the face. That, you know, when you smile and everything, it all kind of reacts up here. It doesn't feel like it reacts up here. It feels like this smiles, this doesn't. And it's the only way we can try and quite describe it. It's just like, it's the little tiny details that you don't pick up on when you're talking to someone. But when you're seeing it and it's not quite right, it's that uncanny valley, as they call it. So it's still a persistent problem with this company, as far as I'm concerned, where they just don't quite make the faces look natural. I think that's the best way to describe it. Nothing about it looks natural. That little, I'm gonna play it again, just that little bit where they talk about the kumbaya. Watch the lips. You don't sing kumbaya anymore. Kind of like, it's just really, and then the reactions kind of, it just doesn't feel like a natural reaction, which is weird because we know that we can capture facial. Anyway, just check it out.
Maybe just ease up on the ghost stories.
Sorry.
Just stick to Kumbaya next time, okay?
What's that?
You guys don't do kumbaya anymore?
Do you see what I mean? It's not a complaint, it's just an observation, but it's something that I've noticed from this company. That being said, holy damn, this looks really good. Now, I've already checked it out on the PlayStation Store, and its release price is 65 quid. So I don't know how much that'll be in dollars, probably about 70, maybe $80. I'm not really good with the conversion. But anyway, it's basically top of the line kind of price. It's the kind of thing you'd pay for a game like The Last of Us or God of War when they come out. Where when you look at the Dark Pictures Anthology, they're all about 25 quid, if that, in fact. So they're a lot cheaper. So the price to shoot up so much is really surprising. So again, I think it goes back to the fact that I think this is overall a bigger game. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'd love to play this game because I love everything this company's put out. Despite my complaints at the beginning of this little discussion part, I love the company. I think they do some really good things. There are some things I want them to work on. And looking at this trailer, I still don't think they've managed to nip it. So let me you know what? Right, let's just clarify. This game looks good. I can't wait. I love the setting, the fact that it's kind of like a Friday the 13th thing, but again, they're kind of doing what they did with Until Dawn. The Dark Pictures Anthologies are set kind of horror. The first one was Ghost Ship, the second one was Witches, the latest one was monster, vampire things. Where Until Dawn was a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We had the potential serial killer, we had the monsters, we had ghosts, which weren't real, but the fact is they tried to incorporate as much horror genres within horror as they could. And it feels like the Quarry is doing that. It feels like there's serial killers, it feels like there's monsters, it feels like there's ghosty kind of, it just feels like a lot going on, which again would explain the boosted up price. So I can only imagine that it's going to be, as I said, a longer game, but the problem with the longer games with these kind of branching stories is that the replay value actually drops because it's exhausting to play through it all again. I'd love to play Until Dawn again, but the problem is that the first half of the game is very sedate, which is fine when you're playing it through the first time. You're getting used to the characters and the setting. You're happy with that. You're invested in it. When you know what's happened and you know that the first half of the game isn't a threat, it loses that. Where the Dark Pictures, because they're shorter, straight away you get into the story. There's none of that tediousness. So the only thing that would make that better with the Quarry is if it played a little bit more like Detroit Become Human, because that game is, for me, in terms of a storytelling game where you get to affect the decisions, pretty close to perfect. And the reason I think it works so well is it had a flowchart. So and again, this is going to sound like complaints, and I'm going all over the place. Don't forget, I don't script any of this. I do the reaction, literally watched it, and now I'm talking to you guys. It sounds like it's coming to my head, so I apologise if I'm all over the place, but this is a game series that I'm very passionate about the company in particular, because of such good work they do. But one of the things I notice when I play Detroit and I make a decision, it feels like everything flows. And again, I think it's down to the flow chart, but it feels like everything's structured really well. But when you make this decision, path diverts, but you don't notice it's diverted until you look at the flow chart. Where in the Dark Pictures, when you make a decision, it feels like the game has to think about where that decision is actually going to lead to. It pauses, it stutters, it doesn't quite get it. But that's one big problem that Supermassive games have. It feels very much like it thinks you're going to go one way, you make a split decision that takes the game the other way, and it's almost like the game's like, oh, sugar, I didn't think that was going to happen. Now I've got to change the camera angle. It feels very jarring. And again, Detroit didn't feel like that. It felt like it flowed so beautifully. But again, these are criticisms. It makes it sound like I don't like this game series. I love this game series. I just want it just to tinker with these little things. And for a game 65 quid, and watching this trailer to see that the facial animations still don't quite have that realism, that sense that, you know, that uncanny valley is still there. The characters look so good. The environments look gorgeous. The story's so good. But I hate the fact that their faces don't quite, you know, who talks like this? You know, it feels weird. It feels weird is what I'm trying to say. But I'm really excited for this. I am definitely going to play this. Whether it'll come to the channel, I don't know. And that is because we might actually be wrapping the channel up. I know, bear in mind with that one, there'll be a proper announcement coming up soon. So I'm debating whether I want to pay. If I continue on with the channel, then there's a good chance that I will pay full price for this because I love it so much and bring it straight out. But there is also a chance that I might not even bring it to the channel. So you guys have to let me know if you'd be really excited to see me play this. If you're not sure, then check out the links in the description for both my Detroit playthrough and my Dark Pictures Anthology playthrough. But that's enough shameless plugs from me. What do you guys think? Am I completely in the wrong for saying anything negative about it? I know I haven't talked much about this game, but that's because it doesn't really show me much in terms of what I've already said. Monsters and madmen and stuff. And it looks great. And I love the vibe that it's gone for. And I am absolutely going to pick it up at some point. But whether it will come to the channel is up for debate. But we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in those comments. I'll see you all on the next episode coming soon. Bye.
Ryan?
Hey!
Run! Everybody's to happen, please!
We ain't playing games no more, little girl.
There's something coming!
1, 2, lost, Max, we're lost. 3!
Terrified kids are bad for business.
You have to cut it off! Cut it off!
Hello, my friend. Welcome to the show.